name is Ziyu, and this video is made for EDFD 546 Assessment Task 2. In this video, I will first examine the theories of constructivism and how this theory can be applied in the use of ICT in classrooms. So firstly, I would like to briefly explain the theories of constructivism. Constructivism in teaching emphasizes the meaning of knowing and how students come to know. The founder of constructivism, Jane Paget, emphasized that students' understanding of knowledge based on their experience. Research states that one of the restrictions of teaching is that teachers are unable to transmit knowledge to students all the time. Students need to construct knowledge by themselves instead of just passively receiving new knowledge from teachers. Students tend to investigate and transform new information by themselves and against with their peers' knowledge. So what is the relationship between teaching and learning with constructivism? In practice, constructivism is based on observation. Students are encouraged to learn knowledge through experiencing new things and reflection on this experience. The key idea is that when students encounter new knowledge, they have to compare and contrast with their peers' experience, which may change what they believed before. Students are actively creating their own knowledge through investigating and questioning. For teachers, we're encouraged to use strategies such as problem-based learning and inquiry-based learning to create more chances for students to develop knowledge by themselves. In nowadays society, the use of ICT is necessary for both teachers and students in classrooms. According to Australian curriculum, it states that students are required to learn how to use ICT effectively and safely. In such a digital age, students should continually participate in solving problems, creating ideas, and accessing information through the use of ICT. So how does the theory of constructivism can be linked to the use of ICT in class? Sherlock states that constructivism states that learning takes place in context, while technology refers to the design and environment that engage learners. For example, students are encouraged to search independently and decide which information is useful for their work. In doing so, students are encouraged to solve problems they may face when using ICT for their research and develop stronger thinking and reasoning skills. When students search for relevant information, they may refer back to their previous knowledge. Thus, students are continually integrating new information from the ICT with their previous knowledge, which can be referred to the theory of constructivism. Firstly, I will talk about YouTube, an American online video sharing platform. From my own experience, YouTube has been widely used in my class. Research shows that students find out YouTube videos are fun and interesting, which may increase students' critical thinking skill when they engage with the video. For example, I asked students to do some research on the questions: what are the advantages of online learning during COVID-19 pandemic? These questions can be seen as a controversial current event issues which expects that students can find out both advantage and disadvantage of this issue. Some of them may choose to watch YouTube video, which can be visualized and easier for them to understand. By watching some of the experts in YouTube, students are able to combine their previous limited knowledge on the issues of online learning with new knowledge that they gain in the video, forming their unique opinions. I can further demonstrate the way of making a video and encourage students work in groups to make a video regards to the issue. YouTube is a powerful ICT tool that suitable for diverse learners. Using YouTube video can enhance listening and pronunciation skills for students who come from overseas with weaker literacy skills. For myself, when I first came to Australia, my language teacher often showed us some interesting YouTube video that relates to essay writing in order to improve my writing skills. I found out that watching YouTube is more effective for me to learn as it can avoid boredom and easier for me to follow than reading books. For students who have hearing impairment, they may encounter difficulties in listening to radio. The caption function in YouTube can help them to understand the content. So let us randomly click on a YouTube video. We may see that we are unable to skip some of the advertisement, and after this video ends, the next video will be played automatically. will be played automatically. The risk here is that students may be exposed to unwanted things, as YouTube is an open channel that allows everyone to post different things. The school are unable to check the content of each video. The content may contain violence, pornography, or bullying, which may negatively affect students. When teachers use YouTube as a constructive approach of teaching, students can select appropriate, approved video and make playlists for students so that students are only watching through teachers' selected material. It is also expected the IT department can monitor the use of internet, include YouTube. If students watch inappropriate video, the IT department should report it and make relevant actions accordingly. So the next ICT I'm going to talk about is the Kahoot game. According to research, it states that Kahoot is a game-based learning tool that allows students to engage with the content and motivate them to learn. Let me show you a Kahoot game that I have created for Year 9 Economics and Business. The topic is financial risk. Students use their previous knowledge to choose the answer which they think is the most correct one. The answer will be displayed after set time. Teachers are able to monitor students' answer, and students can see whether they get the correct answer or not. If students choose the wrong answer, their previous knowledge can be reconciled with the correct answer in the game, which improves their learning experience. One of the important features of constructivism theory is that students are actively involving with the learning process instead of just receiving from teachers. I think Kahoot game is an excellent learning tool that allows students to actively interact with their classmates and enhance study experience. Students can use smartphone, tablet, or iPad to play this game, which means that even students are away from school, they can still join the game and interact with their peers, especially for overseas students which may hesitate to talk in front of the class due to language and cultural barriers. Kahoot game provide opportunity for them to get involved in class. Studies state that game-based learning can be considered risk-free as the websites are designed for educational purpose, which encourage students to explore and implement trial and error actions with effective feedback. However, one of the learning risks for using Kahoot game in the secondary school classroom environment is that students may viewing other irrelevant websites instead of making response to the game. In doing so, teachers should ensure that every student have submitted their answer and monitor students' response in a real-time basis. The last ICT I'm going to talk about is the Padlet. So what is Padlet? Padlet provides a communication wall which encourages students to share their ideas in real time. Padlet allows individual students to post their ideas and view others' ideas, which simulates situations that teachers ask students to write their ideas on sticky notes and place their sticky notes on the wall. Let me show you how to use Padlet. Go to Padlet.com and make a Padlet or join a Padlet. Then click Padlet. Then click on the Create button on the right corner. You will be able to share whatever you like. I can share the Padlet link that created by myself to students, which enable them to join in and share. Referring to 11th action research model supported by constructivism theory, it states that there are 4 stages in action: planning, acting, observing, and reflecting. When students try to post their ideas, they are going to first plan what they are going to write before they post it. They are also encouraged to observe others' ideas and reflect on their own ideas. For example, they may compare and contrast their ideas with others and critically evaluate the ideas. This process allows students to contrast their own understanding toward the knowledge, which is supported by constructivist approaches. One of the advantages for using Padlet is that students are not required to create an account to use it, and no special technique skills are required. This can be beneficial for students who may feel annoyed or struggle to use ICTs. Students who display weaker literacy skills are able to learn from others, refer to others' ideas, and form their own ideas. Each student has their own strengths and weaknesses, By sharing their strength, others can learn. By viewing others' response, they learn from others. Also, some students may need more support in learning how to interact with their peers. Padlet provide an effective platform for them to communicate with others. However, teachers need to monitor students' posts to make sure that the contents are appropriate and no offensive content are being posted. If students post inappropriate content, teachers should remove the content immediately, suspend the activities, and communicate with the students.